Election Day begins at 6 a.m. when you arrive at your assigned polling place. The precinct inspector arrives with the voting supplies. All election officers should bring their election officer manual and their notice of appointment with them. Once inside, remove the roster index binder from the black precinct supply case. Inside the roster index, you will find the election officer declarations form. The precinct inspector should give the oath to all election officers and then have them sign the form. The next form in the roster index is the bright green payroll form. All election officers should sign this form to get paid. In the front of the roster index, you will find a plastic bag containing name badges for all election officers. Write your name on a badge. If you are a bilingual election officer, make sure to choose the appropriate language badge. Now we will split up into the Team 1 and Team 2 members. Team 1 will be setting up the voting machine after locating 5 items. The green voting machine opening audit form is found in the roster index binder. The results cartridge bag is found in the green tray located inside the orange ballot box. The voting machine table box. The voting machine bag containing the voting machine, the voting card activator, and the audio unit, and the printer bag containing the printers. The green voting machine opening audit form contains all the directions needed to complete the voting machine setup. Follow and check off all instructions in order as completed. Open the voting machine table box and remove the table and power cords. Set up the voting machine table with the notch towards the front of the room. Plug the power strip into the wall outlet and make sure the strip is on. Before opening the bag containing the voting machine, confirm the bag is sealed with a white seal. Write the seal number on the voting machine opening audit form. If any seal on any piece of equipment is broken or voided during Election Day, immediately call your field inspector and 408-299-POLL. Break the white seal on the voting machine bag and place it into the results cartridge bag. Using 2 people, remove the voting machine from the bag and place it on the voting machine table, with the Edge logo on top and the power receptacle facing away from the voters. Give the card activator to Team 2. Lifting the 4 latches, remove the cover and turn it over. Inside you will find and remove the power cord. Plug the power cord into the power strip and then into the back of the machine. The green light on the back of the voting machine indicates it is receiving power. Tape the salmon-colored Field Inspector Precinct Inspector checklist to the back of the machine. Tape the white tamper warning poster to the front of the machine. Break the white seal on the blue printer bag to find 3 printers inside. Place the seal into the results cartridge bag. Remove 1 printer and align and slide onto the rail with the paper facing upwards. Lift the touch screen panel up and lock its screen support into the middle slot. Run the printer and power cables under the metal screen support and into the labeled voting machine's printer port and power plug-in. Tighten screws. Open side panels. Remove the privacy curtain from inside of the left panel and Velcro it to the side of the printer and outside of the screen. On the back of the voting machine, open the power on/off cover and turn the switch to on. Close the cover. Wait for the message "Ready to open the official election polls" to appear on the screen before proceeding. Remove the blue seal on the Polls Open/Close switch cover and place into large index card found inside the results cartridge bag. Open the cover door to the Polls Open/Close switch and remove the new blue seal located inside. Turn the switch to open. The printer will begin printing the zero-proof report. Once the printer is finished, lower the Polls Open/Close cover and seal with the new blue tamper-proof seal. Connect the audio unit cable to the audio jack located behind the touchscreen panel. The plug will click into place and a green light will appear once the audio unit is properly connected. Plug the headphones into the bottom of the audio unit and store the entire unit in the space behind the screen. Complete the chart on page 2 of the voting machine opening audit form. The voting machine serial number is found in 4 places on the machine: top, back, side, front, and the screen. The results cartridge door seal number is labeled on the back of the screen. Was the Polls Open/Close door sealed? Answer yes or no. Was the results cartridge door sealed? Answer yes or no. New Polls Open/Close door seal number you placed. Printer seal number found on the side of the printer. The public counter total found on the front lower left part of the screen represents how many people have voted on the machine since it was opened. It should always be 0. Right below that, find the protective counter total that represents how many votes have been recorded on the machine in its lifetime. If any numbers are pre-printed on this section of the green form, verify that they match and circle yes or no on the form. Have all Team 1 members sign the voting machine opening audit form. Place the form back in the roster index so that you will know where to locate it for closing at the end of the night. Place the results cartridge bag back into the green tray behind the voter table. The machine is now ready for voting. Team 1 should now assist Team 2 with the rest of the setup. While Team 1 was setting up the voting machine, Team 2 has been following the directions in the Election Officer Manual to set up the 4 stations of the voting table. Pages 31 to 33 of the Election Officer Manual feature pictures of every item needed to set up the voting table and where to find them. Beginning on page 35, you will find a checklist for all items needed at the 4 stations of the voting table: Roster Index Officer, Precinct Street Index Officer, Ballot Voter Card Officer, Voter Assistance Officer. Once the voting table is set up, both teams should work on setting up the American flag and the signs that will direct voters to the polling place. Always hang the flag on the door with the stripes running up and down and the stars in the top left corner. When placing signs outside the polling place, think about where you would want to see a sign if you were trying to find the room for the very first time. Remember to place signs at all potential entrances to the polling place, including additional 88 approved entrances. Place the new curbside voting sign by the closest curb to the entrance of the polling place, where someone could drive up in their car and read the sign. Place the large A-frame voting sign directly outside the polling place entrance. At 7 a.m., all election officers should take their seats behind the voting table. The precinct inspector should then announce the polls are open. The precinct inspector should display the empty orange and blue ballot bags to everyone present in the polling place. Zipper the bags closed and then remove 2 white seals from the results cartridge bag. Seal the side zippers and the grommet. Leave the ballot slot open for ballots. Once the bags are sealed, the setup is complete and voting begins.